the director asked to come up. There's no one in this room more connected with juvenile justice than Director asked. And she's been a very caring and compassionate leader at that organization. I have been delighted to get to know her even better. And I've asked if, very spur of the moment, she could share about 10 minutes of what their department does and how it might connect to the work of those in this room.
Well, there's a few more minutes before it's noon, so good morning, everyone. Thank you, Justice Stratton, and thank you for the folks that came here today. When I looked around the room, I was like, I know so many of these folks in different avenues of the work that I do, and obviously everybody came here because we're all concerned about the very same thing. So right now, today in DYS, we are serving 499 youth in the state of Ohio in our facilities, 69%, and that's an increase from last month. 69% of the males in our juvenile facilities are on the mental health caseload. 100% of our girls are on the mental health caseload. 56% of the young men that we're serving right now in our facilities have been incarcerated on mandatory gun specs, which means they have committed a crime and have mandatory time as related to a weapon. And then 40% of the people that we serve, the young people we serve, are in need of special education services. So when Ms. Hauk was talking about the School of One in Cleveland, that is a resource that we have, that DYS has here in Ohio, that we're very interested in benchmarking with. Because our kids are on mandatory time, many of them, 56% of them, that means they're staying longer in DYS. Currently today, our average length of stay is about 16 and a half months. But just based on the increase in population that we saw in 2022, like 44% of those admissions last year came in with an average length of stay of 3 to 6.5 years. That is so much higher than the average length of stay for an adult inmate in the Department of Rehab and Corrections. So to benchmark, so many of our young people are going to be with us during their school age years. Benchmarking with the School of One is going to be critical. Obviously, DYS was very excited about the work with Ohio Rise and that program coming to Ohio. Every time I hear publicly the governor speak, whether it's here in this building or it's throughout the state, he talks about his commitment to youth and families. And I think we have a governor that truly is committed to youth and families. What Ohio Rise has been able to do, in not quite a year yet, has been pretty remarkable. And I'm quite confident that the work that they're going to continue to do to address multi-system kids will ultimately have an impact on the DYS population. We're also excited about the second phase of Ohio Rise, where we're going to work on psychiatric residential treatment facilities for young people. And that's important because, as they mentioned, we want to keep Ohio kids in Ohio. We want to serve those kids. So building a system where that can happen couldn't have happened without the vision and the direction and the sense of urgency that our governor has charged us to address. And then finally, DYS is very excited about the proposal of a new state agency that will be targeting children. We have Job and Family Services, obviously, but they have so many missions. And oftentimes our young people get lost and they end up in all these different systems. And for those really deep in kids, they end up in the Department of Youth Services. So again, to Dr. Garcia's point earlier when we began this morning, the earliest intervention is going to give us the best outcomes. So I'm excited about all the work that's being done in Ohio. Justice Stratton, certainly grateful for the work that you have done for mental health, and now bringing in not just the entire criminal justice system, but focused in on juveniles. So thank you for the opportunity to speak. Thank you all.